Hey Aquarius, this reading is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising in love, November 15th through the end of the month. Aquarius in love, November 15th through the end of the month. Aquarius, I've decided to switch up my giveaway this month. I'm going to be giving away a free healing session. If you'd like to be considered, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below your video, and I will notify winners at the very end of the month. Also, Aquarius, some of you know some of the events going on over the last couple of weeks for me. It's been a tough couple of weeks, so I do apologize for missing some videos in there. I am finally able to catch up and be here for you guys on time now, I'm hoping, God willing, moving forward for the remainder of the year. But thank you all so much for your patience and for your kindness and for your love and support. All right, one more shuffle here. Aquarius, I'm picking up strongly that someone's feeling emotional. If you feel like you're overly emotional over the next couple of weeks, own that. Take some time to yourself to process and appreciate the emotions coming up. It may feel a little bit overwhelming at times, but there's a blessing there. There's a message there. Okay, I'm channeling, as long as you do sit and you honor these emotions, right? These aren't just emotions that come up a little bit and then you bury them. If you really allow these emotions to come up and out, okay, like a full release, you find something, you figure out what's been missing in love on a personal level, for yourself individually. Something comes up and out over the next couple of weeks, but don't be surprised if you're feeling overly emotional. Be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, allow yourself, again, time alone, but also be conscious of environments that you're stepping into. It's okay to be social, because I think you guys need that. I think you need that social atmosphere, but try to make sure that you're not overdoing it. Like a lunch would be better than a party, okay? And it's just the next couple of weeks, but keep that in mind. Or if you are out in a group of people and you're just feeling triggered or you're feeling emotional, recognize that it's not really about the people involved necessarily. There is just something energetic going on, and it really has to do with getting certain emotions up and out so you can see something with more clarity, okay? So let's get a little bit more clarity on this. Aquarius, November 15th through the ends of the month. Aquarius in love, November 15th through the ends of the month. Okay, Aquarius, someone doesn't want to say something. Is it you or is it somebody around you? Feels like somebody may have been holding back with you in a relationship, and you may have found out something about them and it didn't sit well. You may have gotten out of a relationship because of this. That would make a whole lot of sense why you may be feeling emotional over the next couple of weeks. Someone didn't want some part of their life to be known. Some sort of secret. Someone was holding something back. It does feel like if that was the case, you've probably already experienced that. I'm not necessarily seeing over the next couple of weeks secrets being exposed, but they could. They could. There is a trigger for this emotion, okay? The first card out, we have religious factors, spiritual factors here. Sometimes we connect to people and they are soulmates, and we have that incredibly deep connection and attraction. It's magnetic. It's electric, and we get immersed in that. But sometimes because of the soulmate connection, we miss red flags. Sometimes because of the soulmate connection, we stick around with people that really honestly shouldn't be a part of our lives anymore, right? That soulmate that came in, that was just supposed to teach you a lesson, is now lingering a little too long. I think sometimes when we get that clarity, that soulmate, that person that we have, that really magnetic connection, or I'm channeling even like attachment to, some sort of attachment to, it can be particularly heartbreaking. It may really feel like it's thrown you off course. You're not trusting in your intuition. And I think that that would be really short-lived, because I do believe that Aquarius, and I see it in you guys all the time, you are one so intuitive, but you are a sign that owns that. But you may be having some trust issues, even with your own intuition, because somebody really, I don't want to say fooled you, but they successfully kept something from you for a while, and it may be hard to digest, okay? But moving past the shock of that is a blessing. There's a lesson in it. So if you allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you need to feel, I'm hearing to write it down. I'm seeing to write it down. Channel that creatively if you can. And channel that energy in an active way. Don't necessarily be sitting in the house and spending time all alone and only sitting indoors and that kind of a retreat. You can spend time alone, but be outdoors and exercising and using that energy in a physical sense. I'm seeing to take this energy and to use it for the positive. But there's something in here for you, Aquarius. There's something really positive about what comes up and what this person has taught you. It's a lesson you won't forget, because it really feels like somebody shook you to your core. Now, this doesn't have to just be a romantic partner. This could be, I'm feeling for some of you, it was a parent, or it was somebody that you had looked up to for quite a long time, and all of a sudden you're seeing some true colors and you're not sure how you even feel about that person anymore. That could be interfering with your love life right now. For those of you in committed relationships and long-term committed relationships, where trust is absolutely intact and you have beautiful, honest, amazing partners, this does feel like this may show up in the form of another relationship, somebody that you really love, a friendship, a family member, okay? But it does feel like, for the majority of you, if this is going to happen, if something's going to come up and out, this has already occurred, okay? It feels like over the next couple of weeks you're dealing with the emotion or the emotional reaction to that kind of experience. And I do think for others of you, you've had that experience, but it is further, past. It's more past tense. And you're taking the lessons that you learned from those dishonest people and those soulmates, essentially, or still incredibly important soulmates. You've been able to learn that lesson, and now you're taking it with you as you move forward into new love, okay? Because it does feel like there's a lesson that you're not going to miss. Something was severe enough that it's a lesson you will not miss. You will always trust your intuition. Even if you can't figure out exactly what's wrong, why you think somebody isn't trustworthy, your intuition will now kick in, and you won't even stick around to find out why or what's really happening. You're going to trust the energy of it, and you're going to step out of a relationship or a situation like that. And so there is this blessing, there is this strength, there is this wisdom that comes out of those really difficult experiences. For some of you, you're so far along, okay, on this journey that now you have better boundaries because of it, calling in new partners. You have literally no tolerance for anything that feels shady or off or dishonest, any sort of deceit, okay? And because of that, you will call in more quality partners. So for some of you, I'm seeing the quality partners showing up now. Some of that emotion may still get triggered because we are in Mercury retrograde. So don't be surprised if some of those lingering emotions still have to come up and out. But it feels like for many of you, you've already learned this lesson. And now you've got some serious commitments coming in, or the potential for a serious commitment to come in, and it's a brand new energy. It's not that deceptive energy. It's not that person who's going to break your heart. It's safe love. It's that transition from deception to safe love. And so even though having a deceptive partner and going through heartbreak is just so, oh wow, this is just so heartbreaking. And it is so difficult to deal with this energy, especially when, one, you're in love with somebody and you've been vulnerable and you've been honest. But when you have those soul attachments, this kind of experience is going to rock you to the core, okay? And we've all been through this. We've all been through this. You're not the only one, Aquarius. But there's strength that comes out of this. That person who had you fooled, no one will ever have you fooled from here on out because of them. because you will trust your intuition. When you see red flags in a new partner, you'll confront them one way or the other. Have a conversation and confront them, or just step out of the picture altogether in a new relationship. Because this person taught you why that was so important to do, why it's important not to miss red flags, to not ignore red flags when they come up, okay? That is the message for you. That is a big message for you. A deceptive partner has taught you something so game-changing so that you can call in better love from here on out. So if you're still in the thick of that, I don't expect you to come full circle with gratitude for this person right now, because you just have to feel what you need to feel and heal and then move on when you're ready. But for those of you like a little further along that path, if you can see how important this soulmate was, even though it was a heartbreaking experience to go through, and recognize the importance of what they taught you, and actually extend some gratitude, or at the very least forgiveness, you are set free. There's just something, a weight that gets lifted. This to me does not feel like the deception. This is not the commitment with somebody who is deceptive. This comes through as brand new energy. This comes through as a completely different person and a different experience. Now, for some of you, you've dealt with the deceptive partners, and then you did call in a really beautiful partner that you have a long-term commitment with, and they are just a phenomenal human being. But you appreciate them more because of this. So for those of you in committed relationships where the deception is just like so far in the past you don't even think about it anymore, someone or something, and it may be for some of you, you're talking to a friend and they're going through that kind of experience, and you're like, man, I remember going through that. That was so horrible. And you go home to your amazing partner and you just have more appreciation for them because somebody reminded you of those difficult times. There's some sort of reflection going on here with this deceptive partner, whether it's new or it's an old wound. Even if it's an old wound that has already been healed, it feels like the reminder of that is a catalyst for more love, for more appreciation, and for manifesting love at a much higher level now. Knowing that you're worthy of somebody who's honest. Knowing that you will trust your intuition and pay attention to those red flags, okay? I still feel like, is it you, Aquarius? You don't want to talk about something? I feel the hesitation in the cards. It's almost like, yeah, I think some of you are really going through some serious healing. I think for some of you too, you've gone through this already and you're healed and past it. But I think for many of you, you're in it. I think for many of you, you're still feeling pain. Or even if it was a few years back, you haven't forgiven and released that pain and that experience yet, okay? So we come back to this soulmate, this person you had a spiritual or religious tie to, okay? But a spiritual connection nonetheless. Clarify by forgiving and learning. Again, what did that person teach you? What did that experience teach you? If you can shift your focus to the positive in what you've learned, that's going to help you heal. That's going to help you truly move on with your life. Truly cut those energy cords. Because I do feel like some of you may still be stuck in a place of fear, and that is so normal. It is so normal when someone's been deceptive to have fear when a new partner comes in. But you don't want that fear to linger forever, because that may call in more deceptive partners, right? We manifest what we focus on, and fear is a powerful energy. But also, it will just block a greater love. It will block the person who really is deserving of your time and your trust. There's some forgiving and learning going on. And I feel like Mercury retrograde is a huge trigger for this. Naturally bringing up some old emotions that still need healing, that still need to be dealt with. Some sort of forgiveness here. But again, it's that connection between the deceptive partner or someone who truly just absolutely broke your heart. And this process of like still being able to honor them, getting to that place of forgiveness and finally moving on, okay? Center of the reading. Another positive message at the center of the reading here. So we come back to this engagement. Again, this does not feel like a deceptive partner. This feels like new love. This feels like a beautiful soul who's absolutely safe to be with, okay? Clarify by finances. and career. I think for some of you, you may be jumping into commitments with work because the love has been too difficult, or you're not trusting yourself, or you're not trusting love right now, and that's okay. If you need to take some time out and just focus on your career, focus on personal growth, focus on healing, right? This is about healing. This forgiving and learning is about healing. It is about doing that inner child work. It is about going within. It is about giving yourself space to retreat, okay? Being gentle with yourself. And if the only other focus you can have is on your career right now, that is okay. I do think being out with too many people and loud environments, I think that's going to trigger you guys over the next couple of weeks. I just keep channeling to tell you to be gentle. Stay in gentle environments. Be gentle with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Spend time with people who are calming. People who will also be gentle with you, okay? But career and finances feels like it's off the charts. And so that may be the most positive energy at this time, and you just want to focus on that. That's okay. But please make sure you're doing some healing work for yourself too. Journal those emotions, okay? If you're like, I'm not going to be emotional over the next couple of weeks because, you know, I've been single for a while, it may surprise you if emotions and when emotions start showing up and you're like, what is this even from? I've been single for so long now, you know? It's Mercury retrograde allowing you to have that emotional detox. So by the time Mercury goes direct, you're ready for new love, or you're ready to truly put the past behind you, okay? Now this is an interesting message. 2 cards popped, clarifying deception. So again, we have deception here. The clarifiers are separation and give your relationship a chance. The main message I'm channeling here is to give love a chance. Once you've had a separation and it was because someone wasn't honest with you, especially if you dealt with some serious deceptions, you may not feel comfortable giving love a chance. You may push away really good partners, especially when you get too close to them. That may be terrifying. You can trust yourself now. Your intuition is razor sharp. Please hear that message. Love is safer for you now. As long as you're conscious and you're paying attention to those red flags when they come up. As long as you are maintaining self-love at the core. As long as you're maintaining healthy boundaries. Aquarius, you've gotten so good at doing that. I've seen just growth over the last year with Aquarius in terms of self-love and healthy boundaries. Look at what you're able to manifest. Look at your career right now. Look at money right now. Look at some of the breakthroughs you've had just throughout the course of 2019. So you are not the person, and you are not extending the old energy that you used to a few years back to universe. You vibrate higher now. So you should be giving love a shot, even if you've gone through a separation. I will also tell you this, whoever this deceptive person is, they want you back. They want you to give the relationship another shot. And I don't think that's going to be super safe for you guys. I don't think that that's going to be reliable. If the deception was really, really, really deceptive, okay? If it wasn't just like a little minor like white lie or something you caught somebody in, if it was some major deception, I mean, I'm just getting a hard no for you, Aquarius, okay? But don't be surprised if some of those people try to come back. That may be what triggers the emotions over the next couple of weeks. But I do see somebody new coming into the picture. Whoa, this is awesome. Okay, so we're getting through some of these difficult messages and experiences. There's obviously some emotional detoxing, emotional healing to do, some spiritual healing to do. But crowning your reading, we have getting to know one another. This is new love. These are conversations of depth with somebody new. This feels like this committed party, okay? This feels like a breath of fresh air, but gets even better. Bottom of the deck here. We have soulmate, whoa, and we also have trust, okay? You are heading toward a true love, a high-level soulmate that you can trust now. You just have to move past what lingers with exes and people who have hurt you. Now, again, if this dishonesty, this deception, isn't a romantic partner for you, I'm feeling a parent, this could be a best friend, this could really be somebody who you trusted without any doubt, and they misused that trust, right? it's time to let that go. So utilize the next couple of weeks, honor those emotions as they surface, write them down, channel them in a proactive manner. Go out for a run. If it gets too intense, like use that energy in a positive way, but get it up and out. Look what you move toward. This is in your near future. This is it. This is where you're heading. This soulmate is a much higher vibing soulmate than this one. I'm telling you, you have changed. Your energy has changed. You have shifted your whole energy, Aquarius, which means you'll be calling in higher quality partners that are in alignment with the energy and where you vibrate right now, okay? There's something really, really, really positive here as long as you can own this. And for those of you going through that grief and you're more in the beginning stages or the thick of that right now, first of all, I'm sending you so much love, light, and healing. But please know that this is going to pass. That storm will pass. There's somebody better. You'll be able, in a few weeks, a few months from now, you'll be able to look back right now and say, I am so grateful that that didn't work out with that person because I would have missed out on this one. Because I would have settled for something that wasn't fulfilling. I would have settled for somebody who would have always kept me on my toes, but not in a good way, right? You don't want that energy. You don't want that, but do expect those people to try to come back, okay? Just putting that out there. It does feel like somebody who is deceptive wants a second shot. Now, if you really want that, and you really do want to give it a second shot, make sure you have some proof that this person has really changed. Taking them at face value, I don't think that's going to be enough. They would have needed to go see like a therapist or go get some sort of healing done in some capacity, because it may repeat again if you take them back. So just understand that energy. It really feels like it's the new love if you've gone through this. For those of you, again, in committed relationships where you've left the deceptive partners in the past, you have an amazing partner in your life right now. I don't want you to worry about this deception, okay? You would already be feeling it. It really feels like for many of you, this has already happened. I do not see like a marriage is breaking up because of this right now. I'm not seeing those of you in long-term committed relationships. I don't see that surfacing at all. That feels past tense. But you may bump into the person who was the deceptive partner. You may hear from that person again, that person from the past. That happens during Mercury retrogrades, right? It's so positive. Honor that. Go home and appreciate that person who loves you so good, who is so honest, who is such an amazing man or woman for you, right? There's a positive outcome here for you, Aquarius. All right, I'm sending you all so much love, light, and gratitude. I will be back December 1st for your full month of December reading at that time. Truly, in the meantime, I really am sending you so much love, light, gratitude, and so much healing, okay? You guys will get through this. There's a positive outcome, I promise. I love you, Aquarius. I'll see you back here soon. Ciao.